Today, let's look at how to calculate investment returns in compliance with GIPS standards. Under GIPS standards, there are two methods to calculate the return of an investment portfolio: money-weighted return and time-weighted return. The decision on which method to use depends on if the investment manager has control over external cash flows. In money-weighted return, the investment return is the return that makes the sum of all present values of all cash flows equal to zero. So, as you can see, these external cash flows can distort the return rate if they are actually money from investors rather than actual investment gains. This is why GIPS standards require the investment manager to calculate returns using money-weighted method only when the external cash flows result from manager decisions. The second option of time-weighted return is in fact the most commonly used method because it eliminates the impact of external cash flows. This works well when managers do not control external cash flows. Why is that? It's because these external cash flows actually come from investors, so they are not real returns. So, by eliminating the impact of these external cash flows, we get an investment return that reflects the ability of investment managers. Once we have calculated the return rate of each subperiod, we compound the returns together to get the time-weighted return rate. Within the time-weighted method catalog, GIPS standards distinguish between large and small external cash flows. Investment managers determine what is a large cash flow depending on the size of their portfolio, so GIPS does not set a specific threshold. What is important is that when it is a large external cash flow, the manager needs to value the portfolio as of the cash flow date and calculate the return of this subperiod. This requires additional work, so GIPS is flexible enough to require this only when the cash flow is significant. When the external cash flow is considered as small, GIPS does not require portfolio valuation on the date of the cash flow. Instead, the Modified-Diez method is used, where the external cash flow is considered as part of the portfolio and is given a weight by the proportion of the days the cash flows are in the portfolio. This formula gives an estimate of the true, time-weighted return of the portfolio. It has the advantage of not requiring additional intraperiod valuation, but it also has the disadvantage of being less accurate when the external cash flows are large and when the market return rates fluctuate during the period. This is because in the numerator, the external cash flows are completely eliminated. But in the denominator, the amount of investment is only an approximate amount that averages over the entire period rather than being an accurate amount. This is why it is important to only use the Modified-Diez method when the cash flows are small. Hope you enjoyed today's video. See you next time.